Remember how at the start of the season, the Sioux Falls Stampede were supposed to be too young of a team to be all that good? Well, almost exactly a month after winning the Clark Cup, the organization made history with 5 players getting selected in the NHL draft, and it all started at the end of the first round last night.
The Buffalo Sabres select from Sioux Falls, Ryan Johnson.
As we mentioned in our show last night, moments after it happened, Johnson was taken with the 31st and final pick of the opening round by the Buffalo Sabres. The son of former 10-year NHL veteran Craig Johnson, the defenseman scored 8 goals and 25 assists for the Herd in 66 regular season and playoff games. The 17-year-old Minnesota commit is the 6th player in franchise history to be selected in the first round of the draft, and the first since Kiefer Bellows in 2016. It was a sweet ending to a long night of waiting for Ryan, and though he didn't have to wait another night, he had a feeling he'd be seeing a lot of his teammates drafted in the coming rounds.
I'm really excited. Obviously, it was relieving waiting the whole night, but I think it's a special opportunity, and I'm just looking forward to the future. I think a lot of them, all of them deserve it, so they're all really talented players, and yeah, I'm hopeful that they get drafted as well.
And he certainly would see plenty of his teammates get drafted. His first teammate to get picked today was forward Max Crozier in the 4th round, with the 97th overall pick by the Detroit Red Wings. In 56 regular season and playoff games, the speedy winger tallied 17 goals and 31 assists.
To win the Clark Cup, that was an amazing feeling as well. It's right up there, and I know all the boys are happy for me, and I mean, really, it sounds cliche, but I wouldn't be here without them. They were so supportive and helpful throughout the year.
A few picks later in the 4th round, with the 120th overall pick, the Tampa Bay Lightning took defenseman Max Crozier. In 72 playoff and regular season games, he scored 14 goals and 40 assists. The Calgary native was instrumental in the Herd's Clark Cup championship run, scoring 4 goals and 7 assists. And I'm only halfway through the draft selections because there was more to come. With the 176th overall pick in the 6th round, the Arizona Coyotes took centerman Anthony Romano. During the regular season, he was the Stampede's co-leader in goals with 26, also adding 21 assists in 60 games. He had a goal and 2 assists in 10 playoff games. 12 picks later in the 7th round, the Los Angeles Kings selected winger Andre Lee. After scoring 20 goals and 15 assists in 61 regular season games, Lee would be the team's top scorer in the Clark Cup playoffs, leading them with 6 goals and 11 total points. He was the 5th Stampede alum to be selected in this year's draft, setting a new franchise record. All told, the Herd have now had 38 players selected in the NHL draft in their franchise history. Not bad this year for a team that was going to be too young to do much. The Minnesota Wild made 7 draft picks today. Their first second-round pick, another USHL product, in winger Vladislav Firstov, if I can pronounce it, from Waterloo. They continue adding offense in the 3rd and 5th rounds, and they would round out the draft by taking another USHL alum and defenseman Marshall Warren in the 6th round. One of the side effects of the Sioux Falls Canaries having a better season is that their top players are getting more notice from big league clubs, which resulted in catcher Adrian Nieto signing today with the Miami Marlins organization. A former big leaguer with the Chicago White Sox, Nieto was a leader on the team behind the plate and added. He hit .269 with 4 homers and a team-high 24 RBI in 32 games for the Birds. His former team is continuing a 3-game series as we speak in Sioux City. We'll have those highlights at 10. The Twins looking for their 50th win of the season in Game 3 of a 4-game set at KC. They need to send Miguel Sano down to the minors, unless he's hitting balls into fountains. Solo shot gives the Twins a 1-0 lead in the 2nd inning. That held until the 3rd when it looked like Minnesota was going to put it away. That's Jake Cave with a bomb, his first game up, his first home run. Gets him some imaginary high fives. Twins led 3-0. It looked like the lead was safe until you give it to the bullpen, where nothing is safe. Hunter Dozier with a 2-run single off Taylor Rogers. We go into extra innings. Tied up at 3, but Minnesota would get the last laugh in the 10th inning. C.J. Crone, who'd homered earlier in this game. Sometimes you don't need the long ball for the Bombas squad. That's a single, and Cave will come on down to score to make it 4-3. They'd add insurance later in the inning as Eddie Rosario would rip an RBI double. Minnesota win number 50. They take it 5-3 in 10 innings. We're back in 1 moment.